Hey guys, welcome back to Crazy Gamer Model Making. We are back into the Panther A late model, not a Tiger. Wow, messed that up. So, like I said, this is a build log, so I'm just going to show you what I've done so far and any issues I ran into. So we're going to go ahead and flip to this page here, where we have things that are highlighted. Put my little clip on here. So, as you can see here, in this first section, they have us. This first section, they have us removing some stuff from this side and the back here, and as you can see, I was able to remove it with very minimal damage. I used a number 15 scalpel blade, very sharp, and then I had put some sanding foam on the end of a tweezer and just sanded the area. And then I glued on this heat conduit pipe right here with some clips. And then I glued this on there, but did not glue it here. So there is a little bit of flex up for the transmission for when it's fitted. So this is where that stage is. So that is that. Now let's back you out here. We'll look at the transmission pieces. So, as you know, I love this mat. It's fantastic. So, I have section A, I have part A, and then it goes B, C, all the way to J. But I go up to H, because that's what I have here. Also of note is I highlight parts I've used, and you notice M30 has not been highlighted because it is in this little container that's marked Takom 135th Panther A kit number 2099. And I want to put that on after I put the transmission in or fit the transmission because it will get knocked off. It is a teeny tiny pedal. So that's that. So now we're going to go with the transmission, but I want to build the transmission and I want to fit the transmission. Also, M3 and M4 are in the cup to be left off until the transmission is installed. Plus, they get painted rubber black. The rubber black from Tamiya, I picked up some. So that's for that. And then we would come to fitting these little ribs. We'll call them ribs into the lower hull, and I would recommend. I'm not going to glue these in until I have these set, so I make sure everything is square to itself. Then we will start working on these by removing some detail. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to slap together this transmission so you can see how that goes together. So, we will start with H. Oh, also, this back piece right here, L26, there is so much play side to side in this bracket. It's about, I mean, look, you can see it can go all the way that way, or it can go all the way that way. So I have it temporarily glued with my micro liquid tape, which is the only thing I use this for, and I can flow in some extra thin and it'll glue together. It's supposed to be for temporarily joining most materials. It says easily removed, cleaned up with water. While it's wet, you can clean it up with water, but to remove it, you need to use paint thinner or acetone or alcohol, which is a pain in the butt. So I just use it on hidden joints, and then I flow some extra thin in, and it bonds the part. So I'll get it into position, and then I'll just bond it that way. I use it many, many times. So we got H, and we need E. As you can see, having them all labeled is nice. Let's see, we have that like so. And there were some little parts on this kit. So I'm gonna put to use some of the Mr. Cement Deluxe here. So on this edge right there. Just to give me a little sticking power to flow my extra thin in. And I'll tell you, that stuff stinks to high heaven. Now I want this to stay kind of loose until I get my dry fit. So I'm just going to flow in some extra thin on here. Move a little quicker than normal here. And one last squeeze there. Okay, so that's that section. Now we're going to put ERB. It's going to click on like so. And there's no play in that. That's good. Pull some extra thin. This is a very small tip. It's a random size tip you get on an extra thin bottle. And I tried to find, like this one's huge. And this one came out of a quick set. This is the smallest one, and then the one in my quick set is a slightly bigger. But I try to find the smallest one. Every time I get a new bottle, I check to see what size it is. So now on this side, it's going to get L18, which is labeled right down here. It says L18. And these have all been cleaned up, used sanding sponges and tweezers and whatnot. And you see there's a lot of play in that part there. So I want to wait to join that. I want to join this to A, which will go like that, which there's not a lot of play. Well, that just clicks right in there real nice. So that goes there like that. Put my glue in there. It's going the right way. In my burnt Panther, I glued one of these upside down. I was so mad. I had this little hook thing on the wrong side. Okay, so that's that. Now we need G. Yep, G. We have G that fits in there like so. Put a little bit of extra thin in there. That a minute. Add a little quick set to that, because that's not wanting to stay together. That faster evaporation. I'll come around here with this. Okay, there's that side right there. Now I'm going to do this side. And it's going to go like so. Fix that in here. Sorry, I'm concentrating. The last time I built one of these transmissions, I messed it up real bad. Basically, ruined the whole front end of the model. Hoping not to do that this time. It was my first interior, so it is known to happen. Now I need D. Just gonna go like this. And I'm going to fit the pedal section after I attempt to fit it into the transmission. I mean the hull. So I will stick that there. I will stick that there like that. Looks like how I want it, and then we're going to take a look at what it looks like in here. So that would go, that would key into those like that. And then this key into that like that. Okay. So that is basically the transmission keyed into all its places. This back section in the position it needs to be in. So I'm going to run some quick set just there. I'm not gluing it into the hull. I'm just setting it in. I'm setting the pieces that we left loose in order to get it to fit correctly in the hull. So now I'm going to hold it here, and I just bumped it all and knocked it all down. Alright, let's try this one more time here before that glue dries. In fact, I'm just going to put a little bit of extra thin right there to give me a little bit to work with. Then we're going to try this again. So we have the transmission locked in. As you can see there, the transmission is locked in. The back has been properly seated. So we will glue that joint again. And then we will some glue in here. Tend to flow down in there. Nice and glued. Remember, I'm not gluing it into the hull here. I'm just gluing up the pieces I left loose that had a lot of play in them in order to get it to fit in the thing. Now this is, like I said, this is just a log, but I felt that this was an important step to show you on this, because this gave me so much issues on the Berged Panther, which has the same drivetrain as this unit does. And that is going to fit lovely when it's time to glue it in. And I'm going to let that sit over here, let that dry, and while that's doing that, I'm going to pull out these two tubes here. One, two, and I'm going to put in this steering column because it's going to be put on later. I'm going to see if I can locate these two tubes because I want them painted black primer when I build this unit. So this one right here, it's going to go like so. That. More glue to that, let that stay there and get held in place. And we'll look at this one. It wants to go like so. Alright, let's go ahead and tack that one in place there. Now, let this dry real nice, probably 30-40 minutes. I know I use quick set and all that, but I'm still going to let it dry. Now, I did not glue those into there. I just set them in there for location purposes. So now I should be able to just drop this transmission in after it's painted and weathered. I might even build up the radio and put the radio on it. And, I mean, not the radio, the engine controls for the driver. And then also the drive pedal, I left, there's a pedal system that I showed you earlier that's very tiny. It goes in here, it's M30. Fitting the transmission and stuff, I'm going to bump that, so I'm going to put that in at the end, right before I spray the hull. And then also the pedal assembly, which I put in the thing, put that on later. I'll do it before I paint the transmission, but that can be fitted later. So I don't want to mess with that anymore. And as you can see, our magnetic sorting system that I have here is empty. So I'll pull all the trays off. If I leave the trays on there, I think I lost something. I have an organizational problem. I'll put the mat, and I have a little drawer here that I can get the mat in and out without losing pieces, and it has a cover on it to keep pieces from drop falling in, and if anything falls out, it's in a drawer rack thing. I can find it instead of just bouncing around everywhere. So I will come in here with my orange marker this time, and I will mark in 30 in this section. That stuff needs to go on there. And we have placed M3 and M4. that's that. We will get a okay, there they are. We'll get a marking tab. We'll put it right there. That's how I know when I flip through the book there's something on that page I missed. So next we'll be cutting out all this stuff and get it cleaned up. So that's going to do it for this video. If you like this build along series, let me know. If you like this style, let me know. If you want to see more of my builds, I have a 1/16 scale Jag Tiger being built. There'll be a video coming soon on that. There's this series being built, and there'll be an aircraft started very soon. And that is it. If you like the videos, hit that like button. If you want to see more of my channel, subscribe, hit that bell notification. And if you so choose to, you can support me on Patreon at patreon.com/crazygamermodels. The link will be in the description below. Any support would be appreciated and qualify you for some free Warhammer stuff. So, any supporters get free Warhammer stuff, periodically. Mostly built magnetized figures and things like that, like Space Marines, or if you join Patreon, you can get in contact with me and I give you a list of stuff that you can choose from. Basically, I have some stuff. So, that's going to do it for this video. So, for Crazy Gamers Models, you guys have a fantastic day.